Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do my October reading wrap up. And I hate that there's always a glare on my glasses, but I got a big window right there, and so I apologize. So anyways, I am going to show you all of the books minus two. I read two that were, well, one was an ebook and one was an audiobook that I do not have like physically to show you, and I'm trying to remember exactly which books they were. I didn't bring my list. I brought all my like physical books, like stacks of books and everything to show you, and I can remember the title of one of the books, but one of them I can't remember. Oh well. Okay, so this is going to not this is not necessarily going to be in the order that I read them, because I don't completely remember the exact order that I read these books. But once again, oh well, I'm just gonna show you. So, okay. So we are going to start with, what should we start with? We're gonna start with, I read this one, Murder Simply Played by Rachel O. Phillips. This one is a part of the Amish in Mysteries series, and I don't remember which one this one is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think this is the fourth book in the series. They're nice and small. They have the little ribbon bookmark, which I like. So yeah, so I have this one. It was about a 3-star book. It was pretty good. This one is about, I read this one at like the beginning of October. I'm kind of struggling to remember exactly what it was about. So it says, join Liz Eckert in the lovable memories of the Material Girls quilting group in the peaceful town of Pleasant Creek, Indiana. The scenery and serenity at the heart of Indiana's Amish country will envelop you as these women embark on heartwarming adventures to uncover the truth about the town's fascinating past. So I do remember, compared to the one I read previous to this one, I did really like the ending, and the murderer person was a surprise to me. So this one, I think I'm pretty sure I enjoyed this one better than the one before this one, which was Simple Lies. I did like that one, but I predicted who the killer was like from the very beginning. This one, I was very, very surprised. So it was a good book. It was about 3.5 or so stars. I can't remember exactly what I gave it, but it was pretty good. Also, I read The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street. This is a middle grade. It's actually like set around Christmas. And this family of, how many kids? 5 siblings. The parents and the 5 siblings live in this brownstone, or like apartment, whatever. It's several floors, and they take up 1 floor or maybe even 2 floors. I can't remember, but I think it's 2 floors. And one thing that's really cute about this book is it literally, there's like a little map of their apartment. Like this is like the ground floor and then the first floor, and it shows their little backyard and stuff like that. And there's another family, or a husband and wife, an elderly couple, I believe, that lives above them, and then the landlord lives in the top floor. And he's not very nice. He's kind of grumpy, and he decides he's going to sell the entire building. So he's told them that they literally have like days, pretty much, to find another place to live and move out. And they don't want to live anywhere else. The kids try everything they can to be nice to him, and they have all these plans of things to do, and like trying to get people to not come to the open house and things like that, so that they don't have to move, because they have to move by New Year's. So it ended up being a very good book. I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it about 4 stars. It's a very good middle grade. So that was book number 2. Well, I don't remember the order, but anyways. Also, I ended up reading Passenger and Wayfarer. I read both of these. I really liked Passenger. gave it like 4+ stars. Wayfarer, I did not like as much. It was fine. It was good, but I did not. The thing that I didn't like about Passenger is it felt like you ended, I mean, even though it's a pretty chunky book, it felt like you ended in the middle of a book. This felt like a second half of a book. You know, it didn't feel like 2 books. It felt like one really big book that I really liked the first book, or the first half, but didn't as much love the second half. They were both good, but I liked Passenger better than Wayfarer. So, both good books, just not the best book I've ever read. But this one was much better. So those were the next books I read. Also, I ended up reading Raspberry Danish Murder. And did I also read The Order is Leaving My Brain Again? I'm feeling like I read, I don't know. Anyways, I did read Raspberry Danish Murder, and I did read Chocolate Cream Pie Murder. I feel like I might have read Christmas Cake Murder that's right here on the shelf, but now I'm not remembering. I should have brought my list over, but I didn't. Oh well. So I read these both by Joanne Fluke, both Hannah Swenson mysteries, and of course I liked them a lot. This one, yeah. Threw me for a loop at the end, and I am desperate for the next book. But this one is, I believe, this one's book number 24. I believe this one, yeah, this one was last year. This one was, yeah, this is 2018, this is 2019. I don't physically have the next book in this series, but I have it ready to listen to on Scribd, but it won't be ready until the 11th, and today's the 6th. So that's unfortunate, but so yeah, these were 2 also that I read, which I really can't say much if you're going to read any of them, because like I said, this is like number 24. This is, I guess, 23 or 22. I don't remember, but I can't really tell you anything because it will spoil if you don't start from book 1, which is the chocolate chip cookie, which is this little one right here. The chocolate chip cookie murder is the very first one, and literally they just build. So I really can't say much at all about these other than they were good. I also read The Secret Book and Scone Society, which I loved. It's another cozy mystery type book by Ellery Adams. Super good. I ended up getting it at a used bookstore along with the next one in the series, which is The Whispered Word. They did not have book 3, but book 3 is one that I did borrow from Libby, read it on my Kindle, and it was called The Book of Candlelight, Book and Candlelight, one of those, and I did enjoy it quite a bit, but I did not love it as much as I loved the first 2. So, yeah, these ones were really super good. Book 3 was pretty good too. Not as good as these. This one is probably my favorite, honestly. Out of all 3, this one was pretty amazing. But like I said, liked them both. Super good. They're about, I can tell you a little bit more about this one. I don't want to go into this one because it might spoil some of this one. But the main character is Nora, and she owns a bookstore. It's like used and new books in Miracle Springs, North Carolina. She actually is a burn victim. I'm not going to tell her story because that's like part of her secret that you find out about it like toward the end of the book. But she ends up having these friends who also have secrets and like who also live in the town, and each one of these women are trying to figure out what happened to one man who they believe was murdered. It was made to look kind of like a suicide, but they really don't believe it. They really fully believe that he was murdered, and so they kind of set out to try to figure out what was going on, or like what happened. And so during this book, at different points of the book, each of the women explain their past and the secret that they keep about their lives, and they end up calling themselves the Secret Book and Scone Society. And it's just super, super good. Loved it. Highly recommend it. The Whispered Word was also very good. It's like the next, of course, there's another murder and all that stuff. But anyways, very good. Very, very good. I also read A Single Thread by Tracy Chevalier, I think is how you say it. Not sure. It was simply okay. I didn't love it. It was alright. I was sad because there's something very intriguing about the cover, and it was pretty good, but it wasn't. It's set in 1932. It says a powerful, moving story of a woman coming into her own at the dawn of the Second World War, from the internationally best-selling writer. It was good, but there were things about it that I was uncomfortable with. Her relationship, I mean, not like relationship, but like her relationship with a man who is married. I mean, there were just things about it that I was uncomfortable with. I didn't love it. So I only gave it like a low 3 stars. So that was another book I read. I also read Murder on the Orient Express. Didn't love it. Did not love it. I was sad because I've been wanting to read an Agatha Christie. So I already own this one, and it's like the movie cover, so I didn't love that anyways. Probably gonna haul it. It was simply fine. I mean, I don't know how I missed it all these years, the ending. Like, the reveal of who the murderer is, but, you know, it was fine. It was okay. The last 2 books that I have to show you that I read are The Reckoning of Gossamer Pond and Echoes Among the Stones. Not a series, same author, both standalones, not a series. Jamie Jo Wright has pretty much become my new favorite author. And I own 3 other. I own The House on Foster Hill, The Curse of Misty Wayfair, and maybe only 2 others. No, I think I own another one also that I am now in love with. Her books, I can't wait to read the other ones. Maybe I only own 2 more and I'm going blank. I think I do only own The Curse of Misty Wayfair and The House of Foster Hill, on Foster Hill. But anyway, so can't wait to read those. But in October, I did read these 2. Love them. So, okay, so first I read The Reckoning of Gossamer Pond at Gossamer Pond. I don't know why I can't ever get her titles right of her books. But anyways, so The Reckoning at Gossamer Pond. So this one, trying to make sure I don't get the 2 mixed up. So this one, both of them, I'm all over the place. I don't know if the other 2 books are going to be the same way. I'm pretty sure that this is kind of how she writes, but there are like 2 timelines. So the first timeline is with Libby Sheffield in 1907, and then you read a chapter, and then the next one is Annalise Forsyth, present day. So you kind of go back and forth, and like right here it says, headed by 2 strong female protagonists, Wright's debut is a lushly detailed time slip novel that transitions seamlessly between past and present. Okay, so this one, the first character is Libby Sheffield, and she is, her father owns, or it's like part owner of a newspaper, and so she works there. And when she gets there super early in the morning, there is an obituary, a handwritten obituary slipped under the door. And this person, as far as she knows, is not dead. She has history with this person's son, as a matter of fact. So her and a friend of hers rush over to that person's house and find him hanging in the barn. And it appears to be a suicide, but from the way the obituary was written, it has Edgar Allan Poe quotes in it and things. And she's very suspicious that it is not a suicide. So that's like how the book starts. And then it says, for over a century, the town of Gossamer Grove has thrived on its charm and Midwestern values, but Annalise Forsyth, which is the present day character, knows painful secrets, including her own, hover just beneath the pleasant facade. Yet her strange and sudden inheritance of a rundown trailer home full of pictures, vintage obituaries, and old revival posters leaves her wholly unprepared for how truly dark and deadly those secrets may be. So like it goes into her timeline, and she's discovering what really happened in the old timeline. So good. I loved this book. Echoes Among the Stones. That was another very, very well written one. Aggie Dunkirk's character is unceremoniously ended by her own mistakes. She finds herself traveling to Wisconsin, where her grandmother, Mumsy, lives alone in her vintage, though very outdated home. Aggie didn't plan for how eccentric Mumsy has become, obsessing over an old unsolved crime scene, even going so far as to recreate it in a dollhouse. Mystery seems to follow Aggie when she finds work as a secretary, helping to restore the flooded historical part of the town's cemetery. Forced to work with a puzzling yet attractive archaeologist, she exhumes the past's secrets and unwittingly uncovers a crime that some will go to any length to keep hidden, even if that means silencing Aggie. So like the first part is set in 1946, is the first timeline, with Imogene Grayson. And then like she comes home and discovers her sister has been murdered. That's how the book starts. The second timeline, present day, is Aggie. This one threw me for a loop. It was not what I expected, but so good. So anyways, other than one more book that I cannot remember the title of, and it was an ebook as well, this is what I read in October. So how many books was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 2 ebooks, 13, 14. So 14 books in the month of October. Good job me. I'm pretty happy with myself. And they were all very different, really. I mean, these were lighthearted, fun, cozy mysteries, middle grade. I actually have a lot of cozy mysteries because October was a major cozy mystery reading month for me. But then Passenger Wayfarer, not cozy mysteries. Echoes Among the Stones and The Reckoning and Gossamer Pond were more suspenseful. Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express, I would say that's cozy mystery. This is historical fiction, and then 2 more cozy mysteries. So I mean, it was a heavy cozy mystery month, but still pretty different in some of the other choices. So, and I do know that the other book that I read on my Kindle or audiobook, whichever one it was, pretty sure it was also a cozy mystery. So anyways, so let's see. I can get these all, oops, if I can get these all in the, I can. So, oh, they're heavy. So these are the books that I read in the month of October. And I'm pretty happy with this reading month. It was good. Nothing below a 3-star. And 3 stars good. It's, you know, it's good. But I definitely had some 4 stars in there. Now, being that it is the 6th of November, I can already tell you, I read a 5-star book in November, so I'll have to let you know what that one was at that reading wrap up. But anyways, yeah, so 3 and 4-star books during the month of October. Pretty decent. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.